kind of wild to think it's already Monday. But I wanted to do a an update on the Titan X system and specifically Element 280. So I asked the dude if he would hop on. We haven't even talked yet, so who knows where this conversation is going to go. But we're going to talk about Element 280 and see where it is going. So without further ado, the dude.
What is up?
How's your weekend?
Oh, it was a weekend. I had to help some family move, so that's exciting.
Yeah, being family is the only way you can't get out of that.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm having a terrible time getting sleep. Just there's just so much going on in the ecosystem. It's like every time I wake up, I'm like having to check my phone. I feel like there's always something, and I'm feeling the FOMO. I don't want to miss out on this.
Dude, it kind of feels like being a kid and like waiting for Christmas. Like I can't wait to wake up the next day.
Right.
But like you said, it's kind of hard to sleep when you know the next day is Christmas.
Yeah. So on both sides, like my mind is racing when I go to bed, and then the second I wake up, I'm like, I got to go check the laptop. So, but these are good problems to have, I would say.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great problem to be in the bull run in an ecosystem where everything's pumping and going nuts.
Yeah, super excited.
So let's talk about Element 280, man. You got to be excited. You got to be real proud of this. You got a hell of a protocol going. We got 18 more days in the mint. What are your initial thoughts on this launch so far?
It's outperforming what I could have imagined. I'm just so pleased at a lot of the smaller stats. Like I envisioned it going a certain direction, and like it's outperforming my vision. So I'm so happy with how it's going. The first weekly payout was amazing, and we are on track to do that again. I'm almost speechless on that. How awesome!
How much was that? How much was that first weekly about?
In USD, it was about 350K, I believe, somewhere around there.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And so how did that 350K go out to anyone who's just catching the stream and maybe didn't get into the Element 280 launch? You guys just handed out 350K in Element 280 rewards. Who do those go to?
Those 3,180 NFT. Well, I was gonna say holders. So I'm assuming it's a lot less. If you're an NFT holder, you got a piece of that action. So, it's that simple. You mint the NFT, you hold it. There's no staking. There's no lockup. You literally just hold an NFT and get weekly payouts. So,
yeah, I don't quite understand how you've done this, but you've created a crypto that you don't need to sell the realized value on. That's kind of wild. I got this NFT. It's just sitting there. I haven't sold it. It's actually worth more than when I bought it, and I'm getting payouts on it. That's wild, man. Like, why would I ever want to sell this NFT? This is great.
That's a good question. At some point, the element. So I guess another point, for the new people out there, these NFTs are backed by element tokens. So at any point when you decide you're done collecting your weekly rewards and you just want to get rid of your NFT, you can burn it. You can burn it and collect those element tokens that are backing it, making it extremely liquid for a position. You don't have to list it on OpenSea and wait for somebody to buy it. That's the beauty of it. Now, if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to, and possibly get more from the sale than what the tokens are worth. But the token backing, that those tokens value, that's what's going to hold up that price of the NFT, because yeah, nobody, like, if you list the NFT for less than the value of the tokens backing it, somebody could buy it, crush it, sell those tokens for a profit. So it kind of gives you a floor price on the NFT according to those tokens that are backing it. So.
Yeah, I mean, who knows where anything goes? So I don't want to back you into a statement you can't make as a founder. But it looks like, you know, that price floor is just creeping up with time and adoption as we're going on. It really looks awesome, man.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Actually,
during the mint phase, it's going to act completely different during mint phase and after mint phase. Because right now, anybody can mint these tokens. So if the value of these tokens are going up, anybody can mint them and sell those for, it's basically an arbitrage opportunity in that scenario. The real interesting, it'll be really interesting to watch once mint phase is over and nobody can now mint tokens and dump on the market anymore. Basically unleashing the reins from it. So, but where it goes, I mean, the open market will decide.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Very, very well handled with that. I still tried to not toss a hot potato in your lap, and I still did. So, my bad.
You wouldn't be Mo otherwise.
Yeah. Look, there's one way I'm going to derail a stream somehow.
Yeah.
I stopped doing it with random diatribes, but I'll still find a way.
Yeah.
I'll mute myself. I'll mute someone. It'll happen. Rich asks, will the LP manager rewards button be added after minting ends? I'm not sure what I think he's envisioning an idea on his own there.
Yeah, there's lots of confusion, I think, with people. They're used to the V3, Uniswap V3 pools, where you do have a claim button and you do claim your accrued tokens. V2 Uniswap, which is what Element, all the LPs on Element are, does not work that way. Any rewards are automatically put into your position. So it's auto compounding. All of your rewards are immediately added to your LP, and now your share of the pool is growing. But there's no way to actually view. There's no claim rewards button, I guess, and if you want, you can use our LP manager, create your LP position, and then go to Uniswap UI and view your LP position from Uniswap. You just want to use our website to go in and out of your LP so that you're not getting taxed on these tokens, especially right now at 16% tax. That would be rough for your LP going in and out of. The NFT holders would be happy.
Yeah. Hey, man. I mean, I don't want to necessarily dissuade it. If you can find a way, make it happen. give me those fees, man. Because it really is neat that you have created this arbitrage opportunity that is going to get fulfilled whenever it's there. People have bots. This is people's lives to fulfill arbitrage opportunities. But every time it happens, all the people who are holding are getting rewarded with that tax. That's awesome.
Yeah, massively. It's over 12%. Out of the 16, over 12, it's like 12.8, I believe. Let me pull up the damn white paper here before I start. Yeah, 12.8. Yeah, 12.8%. Every time there's a buy and sell, 12.8% goes to NFT holders. And these arbitrage bots do not care. They don't care about the tax. They're making short-term gains, and they don't care about the Element token. They're buying and selling it all in one transaction. They're paying the tax. They don't care. They're making pennies on that transaction, and the NFT holders are getting rewarded for it. It's a beautiful thing. It's really there's always been this battle between short-term players and the long-term players. And I feel like with this combination, short-term players are allowed to play and make their short-term profits, but also putting rewards in the long-term players' pockets as well. So, yeah. What is
Mr.
up,
Kool-Aid?
Well, what's going on,
Thanks for
friends?
showing up.
Yeah. Give me 1 second to go smoke. But the thing about Element, what's fantastic, it's a concurrent system that load balances everything within the ecosystem, and because of that, Pulsar is a arbitrage token as well. You get automatically to deposit into the pool and just have it do its work, right? Auto compound, make it easy, doesn't worry about anything, and it automatically supports the entire ecosystem. So if you're an NFT holder, you get those fees, you're good to go. If you have liquid tokens, you deposit those into the LP, you're good to go. So it depends on where you want to go within that view frustrum. But then after the 28-day launch period that's when it really gets fun, because then you don't have the tax, then it becomes deflationary, and then the build on Titan burn mechanic works on the ecosystem itself. Right now, it's just load balancing, right? It's finding its footing with the tax system to support that. But once it goes deflationary, it works unilaterally.
Yep. It's yeah, I can't say it enough how interesting it's going to be. A whole different game when minting ends.
Absolutely,
no doubt.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back, and I will join you here momentarily.
Awesome.
Sweet.
My dog started barking through the door at me. All right, time to go outside. All right. So, what would you like to talk about? What's your biggest surprise on Element 280 so far?
I would say the buy and burn balance has been steady growing this entire time. That's impressive. Which that's actually a good segue into. We just switched the interval was at 1 hour for each burn. We just dropped it to 30 minutes. Ooh. So let's fuck around and find out.
Let's fucking go. Yeah. All right. Hey, look at that. You show up to a stream.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I want to let me share this share screen. Oh, panel. Yeah. Pop that up there. And look, this is premium Titan X Hub. For those that don't have it, you should check it out. It's amazing. E280 is already on there. And this is the chart. This is the buy and burn balance. And so these giant green spikes, that's distributing from the token contract to the buy and burn contract. And the yellow line is the cumulative, the actual total amount. And you can see the line just steady climbing. Like at the current burn rate, it's still filling. And I think that's amazing. It's got to be some combination of 90% buy and burn, which is insanely high, coupled with the 16% sales tax. Those two things are allowing this thing to just soar. And then you've got like people wanting to get a piece of these rewards. So they're minting NFTs. Those tokens aren't getting put on the market. Those are locked in NFTs. So it's like, we've got 57% locked in NFTs. It's just beautiful to see. It really is. So we're gonna try this amped up burn rate and see what happens. If it starts slacking, we can always pull it back some. But kind of want to just like pull the reins off of it a little bit and see what happens. Because these stats at this current rate is just sick. I mean, 23% has been burned in a week. Like it's steady outpacing the liquid. The liquid is growing a little bit, but the burn amount is just flying. So yeah, we will see. And the NFT backing, I think, I mean, we're about to break 1,000 NFTs burned. I didn't expect so many NFTs getting burned during the mint phase. You know, like if somebody wanted to, I don't know. I was imagining more NFTs getting burned down the road as the token becomes deflationary. But I think people are feeling the FOMO here on like, or, you know, it's the compounding game. You know, I think they're realizing, oh, I can burn my NFT, sell these back into Titan X for a profit, and then mint that NFT back and have some left over to maybe mint another NFT.
It's a tricky game to play because, you know, hey, maybe you do that. Maybe Titan X shoots up another 20% before you do it. And you're like, and now Element 280 costs way more. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm one of the people where I have minted NFTs and then been like, let me crush one of those and just go through that and been like, ooh, I made a little bit more money. Okay. Let me buy a couple more and let me crush one of those. And so I've bought them, held them. I've also bought some, crushed them. So I'm kind of playing all of it right now. And meanwhile, I'm just stacking Element 280. Like, gimme. Oh, I got another entry. My brother, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, people? What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Everybody can hear me? You good? Everybody's good?
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah, we're just marveling at some stats over here.
Oh man, I bet, man. Yeah, two guys that brilliant minds when it comes to crypto, and Mo that loves just
a guy.
just doing conversations and bringing it out of people, man. Like, what's up, man? What's up? You called me a good time, man. I just finished, smoking some nature, and I feel good.
Yeah,
but, I'm good.
Thanks.
You know,
I'm good, man. I'm loving this. Where you guys left off at right now?
We're just geeking out, man, on Element 280 and how you can kind of compound them possibly by crushing if you use the right strategy.
Yeah.
You know, you can hold them and just reap these wonderful rewards as everybody else crushes them around you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. There's a lot of games here, and we're not even out of the mint phase, so you know, buckle up for when that ends.
Yeah. What's beautiful about E280, man, dude, yo, awesome work, man. Like at first, so when I read it, right, I was like, okay, it's gonna be like the common protocols like we've been seeing, you know, stuff like that, or it's gonna be some type of new twist. And you know, dude kept on saying multiple times, like, oh, it's like, you know, you buy one token and you benefit of all. So you're like, yeah, you understand that, but to see it how it is with everything else we saw before, it was hard to vision it. Once you read the white paper, it still was like, okay, what was it? You know, because it's simple, but it could be complex, man. It really is. Like, there's so much game theory behind this thing. And then finally, when it clicked for me, I just smiled. And I was like, shit, like this shit is dope. Like, this is good, man. It's good. And it's like you took the NFT and you changed how NFT works, right? And you changed it to our benefit of the ecosystem, right? Before then, a lot of people just got NFT just for the imagery, right? Not for what the code behind it, you know? And you took it and you did it where you played along with people, right? Here's something you could excuse my language, you could really fall in love with, right? But sooner or later, you're going to want to sacrifice it maybe, you know, to get value out of it. And then now there's so many ways of playing value. But guess what? You can never get it back again. So imagine giving up the most thing you love in life, right? And knowing that sooner or later you want to break up with it, but you don't, right? Because E280 does nothing but treat you right? Think about it, right? Yeah. It does everything. You take your Titan X, you make it, you're ready and profit if you kind of think about it, right? Because it's a play against Titan X, right? And then now you have it, and then you have other people playing that same game. But then those people, they have short-term mindset than you, and then they burn it. By them burning it, it's almost like you bought another one for free in the future. That's the way I think about it, right? While getting even passive income on top of that. You know, you buy this thing, there's nothing else you need to do if you really don't want to do anything else. Just buy it. That's it. Let the market does what the market does. See, like when I do things, dude, right? And Mo, and I'm not sure Kool-Aid is around or not. When I do things, I look at, and I tell people in my chat, right? Like in my personal chats, I'm like, I look at things minimum almost 6 months plus in every protocol. When a protocol comes out, I try to look at what's the best thing for it and what's the worst that can happen. And I think real quick, and I'm like, I'm going with the best thing. And I look at what could that look like in 6 months from now. In 6 months from now, I could see, not financial advice, I could see volume doing $500,000 to $1 million on Element 280. I could see like just crazy sells and buys continuously because the coin just does phenomenal. And then I could see people getting tempted to burn the NFT. And when they do that, it makes everything else rare. Bro, it's brilliant what you made, man. Like me and my chat, like we talk about it all the time. I know I'm going ramble, but dude, this shit is dope, man. Like it's dope, right? Like, and chat, this is not financial advice. It's just what I'm into. And yeah, it's so much game theory. And then the other game theory I talked about with the team, if somebody brought it up in my chat, was, well, if gold is coming out for E280, right? Shout out to Steve, freaking brilliant, right? Well, there's two things you could do, right? Why not pump your bags, right? Instead of hurting it and using another protocol to help your original bags. Get what I'm talking about. Ready? You get an NFT, E280, right? You do nothing. You just make a bunch of them, whatever you want. No financial advice, right? You hold on to it. You earn the passive income. You let people just do whatever the hell they want to do. You let the market do what they want to do. And every I think every 7 days or so, you get to claim your Element 280, right? So I did dump in it. Now you could go play with gold for free. Boom.
Soon. Very soon.
Absolutely.
Very soon. And when that happens, not only did you not dump on the rewards of the ecosystem on top of Element, but now you're supporting the next ecosystem of, and this is not an endorsement for anybody, right? Just this is what happens here, right? Now you could go play with, you take portions of that, right? Do whatever you want with it, but take at least a portion, play with gold. Gold does what it does, plus burns the shit out of Element, right? Bro, it's a cycle. If you do this right, like you can expedite it while now having two beautiful positions, right? Off of one position while hurting the original position. It's brilliant. And you made that possible with your NFT and the way you set it up. And the way you bless the believers in the system of holding it, how it works, right? And you still made it profitable enough where if traders want to trade, and of course you didn't do this, market did it, right? You just did the code, right? So let's make sure people understand that, right? It's not his responsibility what we buy or sell, right? But when he made it, now people buy and sell this shit like crazy, and it's doing phenomenal at the moment. It's just beautiful sideways. That's what you want right now at the moment, right? It's beautiful, man, dude. Like it's dope what you made, man. It's really, really dope. Really dope.
Yeah. I'm just
sorry, man.
Still surprised at 984 NFTs burned, like in the first week.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's why they said just let people. And I tell my people in my chat, let people do what they do. Don't stop it. Don't argue it. You made a market where you give everybody a decision to make. They can make, and they all benefit some way somehow, while still benefiting. The token itself benefits of it. What is it? Almost like 20% burned already, or a little bit more than that right now. Like I was looking at a bit like this morning, like
23.
Look at that. Like, damn. This is a fucking sleeper, man. Like, excuse my language, Mo. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to curse or not, but
oh yeah, let's fucking go. This, you know what stream this is. All
right, I just want to make sure. Bro, this is fucking all right, guys. Look, this is not look, guys. I know when I speak a lot of protocols, I always sound hype about them. I sound good, right? But I really believe in this shit when I understand the code and how it is. Like, I really love supporting these things, you know? And this goes to all the founders, all the stuff. Like, if it's good code, I'm gonna fucking talk about it, right? And some code just needs time for it, right? Element 280 is the shit, man. It is good, man. It's dope. And yeah, man, it's really good. And people sleeping on it, man. And it's good.
For those of us that were in the icosahedron system, it's a very similar thing to the Watsas.
And I told everybody in my chat that. It's Wasta, but instead of being the last man standing, you're still the last man standing while getting paid every 7 days.
Yep.
Bam. You don't need to get rid of your Wasta. Right. Like, you understand what I mean? And it makes people that if they understand it, they go crazy getting wild. And the thing is, guys, let me tell you something. We don't have to share this because guess what? If none of you guys in chat and nobody out there makes more NFTs, it's better for the people who's in because we're the ones left. And when you finally realize it, you're going to want it. Right? But at the end of the day, it's not about us. Because whatever we do doesn't matter. When it finally clicks and they want it, they're going to get it. Right? And time is running out. Not financial advice, but I'm telling you, man, like when it clicks, Oh man, is that feeling when Eric made Dragon X
Oh.
and I hated him for like 6 hours, and then the next day I fell in love with Eric. When it clicks, it clicks. You know,
Yeah.
it just needs to click. And when this shit clicked, I was like, like, oh my god, it's good, man. It's really good.
100. And the thing with Dragon X is that it pivoted the position on what people were expecting in the very base layer
Yep.
of how things get binded together. And within systemic design, you have many input nodes that eventually affect the entire conglomerate of the system. And understanding how to pivot is very important to be able to pivot and dodge and weave and understand how things are being made better by actually evolving the system. If you don't evolve the system, it stays static. When something stays static, it has the potential to not evolve. And that's where things can die. And so that is why always being able to be liquid in your mind and pivoting on why things work and what we bind together is super important. And with this set it and forget it system that supports the entire ecosystem, that's fantastic. And you can decide to be in liquid coin or the NFT side, right? So you have choices. And choices are always good for variety and variable.
Yeah, and then to add to that, right? What's beautiful about it is this. I just said it before, right? Like, if you want to be greedy, you don't want to share this with people because you want to be the people with only the NFT. I don't think that way because to me, it's like if somebody else buys the same amount that I have or close to it, whatever it is, good. It's almost like me buying it too because I'm going to make sure I outlast that person no matter what.
Sure.
So when they leave out the door, thank you for that 3% put in my pocket, you know? Now, of course, it doesn't go directly to me, but to the ecosystem, you know? And I thank you. And to me, it's like I'm paying that person when they buy it, they're paying future Marco, right? Because I just I'll hold them. That's it. AKA Wasta 2.0, right? If you understand Wasta, guys, it's Wasta 2.0.
That's right. Yep.
Like, you understand? Like, it's dope, man. And when that clicked, I was like, oh, I still have all my Wasta, right? Because you never know. And I believe Alex is going to build some brilliant shit in the future. You know, Alex, if you guys don't know, Alex was from the other community, phenomenal developer, you know, but yeah, man. What
What's interesting about what Alex did is he bootstrapped code onto a t-shirt. No one really understood the importance of a t-shirt till that time because Hex technically is a vanilla wrapper or a meme token till you put it back into the t-shirt system. And once you can wrap bootstrapped code onto it, that makes it parsable, pairable, and a wrappable utility. Now we're cooking with gas. Yeah. And that's the real difference of taking a novel way to look at something and take it and turn it into a modal way to execute something. And that's what we're doing across the board.
And what I love about what Dude did, and is not only did you make what you made, but you keep it to the ethos where it's still burning Titan-X like crazy. And I know we was excited, and I know you see me excited with the E280, the token itself. But the other brilliant thing that I think should be shared, and we talked about this behind the scenes when we spoke on TG. I was like, man, like the 14, 15 buy and burns you have on one page. I don't think people understand how powerful that is, right? Like you have one protocol that you could jump on and you could click 14 buttons or 15 buttons and you could buy and burn your favorite token right there and then. And by doing that, not only you're helping the whole ecosystem in general, because everything's attached to each other, right? Then you're also burning your original bags of Element 280, you know? It's brilliant, bro. You have 15 different buy and burns. You have an option to have the token, mint the token, or mint the NFT if you want to. You give people 3 options, you know? Like, it's dope, man. It's really dope. It's so smart what you did.
And what I was saying before you got on here, I'm not sure if you were listening.
Adding it to you,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like during the mint phase or the deployment phase, it's not going to have so much rubber banding and coiling as it will once it all gets done. So right now is the opportunity phase for you to get in before the system starts to auto compile upon itself, and that's really what's important about understanding these particular mint phases or all the rest of that. A lot of the Titan-X stuff, you know, bottoms for a bit, but that's where the buy and burn really starts to slice in. But then the quickness or the acceleration of the release is where it accelerates faster and faster. And so that's where you really want to understand what is going on to establish your position into understanding what you have there, right? So this is a universal lodestone for the entire ecosystem that you get to harvest fees on. What's not better than that?
And
You guys are giving me
dude,
so much FOMO right now. I'm fucking eating, like
it's
pulling
good,
myself
man.
off
It's
screen.
Mo,
Just
Mo,
go,
it's
yes,
good, man.
yes.
It's really good, man. It's really good, man. And when you know there's a protocol out there that makes you talk and make you sound crazy, right? You know it's good. You know it's good, right?
Mhm.
Like you
Yep.
know it's
Yeah,
good. Like,
100%.
and dude, so I sent something out to Steve the past couple of days on something today, a video of there's a protocol I'm really thinking about making, and it takes a portion of the idea of what Element 280 does while supporting Element 280, right? And an idea of something, a couple of other things in one. And I wanted to, like, you know, whenever you're free to share that idea with you, just so you could double check certain things for me. And like, I want to help burn this shit. You understand what I mean? Like, it's beautiful. And
Hey, there's
like,
no one else here. It's just us. Go
yeah,
ahead and spill
yeah.
the beans. No one's
not
listening.
yet, not yet, not yet. Not yet. Like,
Well, putting an
like,
accelerant is always smart. And by
yeah.
the way, Mark, if you ever need me to spot check any system
I
design,
appreciate it,
I'll
man.
always, yeah, of course. You're
I
you're
appreciate
one of
it,
my
man.
oldest family, and
Yeah.
what, the last 4 years we've been together now?
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank
Of
you.
course.
Yeah, dude. So
Hey, dude, we got some questions in the chat. A lot of people, I figure a lot of people are going to show up here that have missed the initial minting and probably have missed streams. So maybe we're going to go over some redundant stuff here, but
yeah, let's do it, man.
Can you explain the benefit of making an LP in the LP manager? You kind of said it earlier, but maybe that person showed up a little late. So
It's
just one more
solely there to for the people that want to provide LP. It's solely there so that you're not getting taxed going in and out of your position. If you go to Uniswap and create the LP, you're going to get taxed. And then when you want to exit your LP, you're going to get taxed. So we created our own smart contract that's whitelisted. You know, it's not getting taxed. And it's just interacting with the Uniswap, you know, LP itself. So there's no additional rewards that we're offering, anything like that. It's simply for those people that want to provide LP, because I know there's a lot of them out there. This is a way for you to participate without getting taxed on it.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I hit you up on that,
Go ahead.
you told me about it.
This is V2, not V3. V3 is where
Right.
you get to pull fees out. V2, it compounds until you exit fully.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
you
I think
exit
what's
partially,
important
or-
that what dude was saying earlier was something that I was asking him. Yeah, it's not going to show you in the UI the update on like what fees that you have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you can go look at it in Uniswap yourself to see what the native contract that you're using to forego the taxes. So it's a win-win across the board if you're an LP person and you want to get those fees.
Right. If you want to like pull out your rewards or whatever, you don't have to exit your position completely. You know, if you put $100 in and then you come back the next day and it's worth 110, you can withdraw $10 worth of your LP and keep the other 100 still there. So you can still manage it that same way. It's not like you have to go all in and all out. It's just there's no separate interface for claiming rewards, which I think a lot of people are accustomed to V3 at this point, and V2 kind of confuses them. But the main reasoning is V3 does not support tax on tokens. It just breaks the LP. So that's why we're on V2. Yep. And
DeFi is the kingdom asked for the last day, and it says on the UI how much. It says a countdown right at the top of the page on how much time you have.
It's so good, man. Yeah,
Agreed.
Wait, dude, way to go on the UI. The whole site.
Yeah, it's
looks
cool, man. It's
Beautiful.
cool.
Looks gorgeous.
And then isn't the timeline, when is day 369? I'm time traveling in my day job, which means I'm time traveling in real life. So it's within 2 or 3 days of that, 4 days of that, something like that.
yeah,
8 days away. I
there's-
think it's 8 days
we're
away.
6. Yeah,
Should be
we're 6
about 8 days.
Oh, I'm sorry, 9 days. 9 days.
9 days?
I can't do math.
8 or 9.
Live on
yeah.
stream.
Oh, Jesus
math
Christ,
like
it
an
is
idiot.
360.
Yeah, so
No,
it does. Yeah, there's still going to be about 10 more days of minting post 369.
Mhm.
So
That's
for
gonna
all
be
those
interesting.
people that are getting their ETH staking payouts, come on over. The water's warm.
Did you guys go over just the UI in general on stream just to show everybody step by step what it is?
Not so much.
No.
I mean, you
Let's do
jumped
it.
on pretty early, but yeah,
Okay,
no,
okay.
let's
Cool.
run through it.
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
I would love everyone to understand what this is step by step, how it works, and the benefit of each part. You know, it's really important, man.
Absolutely.
And-
So again, what's up?
Oh, I was going to say, I believe it's claim anytime. I was responding to Freedom. Right.
Yeah. To answer the question,
Good Lord.
you
Where's
don't
that
have
button? There it
to.
is. Try
You
it,
go
Marco.
to
I was trying to like not
Don't worry
get you
about it.
fucking
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, buddy. Don't worry about it.
making you vanish there with the comments.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna talk about the UI right now. Don't worry about it. You could block me.
I got
You're
to
the best,
derail it
Marco.
every time. We literally talked about this right before we started. I was like, I'm gonna derail it somehow. You know I will.
So yeah, so this is the current amount of rewards that are being pulled up currently. So we've got 80K worth of rewards, and these will get distributed. There's a countdown timer right here. Once this hits 0, a single person will press the button, distribute it, and that's when it comes down here to your NFT rewards section. Your claimable rewards. And those rewards you can sit there and let stack up. There's no penalties, there's no late claims, nothing like that. So you don't have to claim every week. You're more than welcome to, or you can claim it monthly, yearly, quarterly, whatever. They'll just add up there. This middle line, your share of the global reward pool, this is an estimation of the current amount. So if you've got an NFT, it'll show you your current share of this pool, but not until it's distributed does it become claimable. So,
And that's once a week, right?
yes.
Every 7 days, yeah.
Yep. And that's good cadence, right? And that's the one thing important about like a balancing loop and a reinforcement loop is the cadence on how the protocol works. Now, different cadences work for different mechanics and different designs. But for this, it's a very good cadence across the board because it burns every like what, 8 hours or 10 hours or 24 hours or something like that. But then the claimable rewards is a week, which is cascaded on top of that to a pillar set.
Yeah, a lot of it was designed around gas optimization. So we wanted rewards claimable daily, but like the gas buildup would be horrendous on that. So we put it as small as we could, as fast as we could, without just like completely killing it in gas. Yep. And then the same thing with the element tokens getting burned. They don't actually get burned on every transaction because that's extra gas. We just allocate those tokens to, it's basically a pool of these tokens. And then once the distribute button is clicked over here on the rewards pool, that's when it will do a lump sum burn of all of the E280 that was pulled up there, which I believe was like 20 billion or something. I'd have to pull it up. I think I have a screenshot of it somewhere.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's similar to like how Dragon X does. Every time it reaches 100 billion, it automatically is able to stake inside the, the Titan X ETH. Good job.
Well,
man.
I think what's
That's
also
smart.
important is future looking out at what happens when ETH runs, because we all know. I mean, like, say you got $500 or $400 of Tink in the farm, but it costs you $38 to get your Tink out. That's technically a nice, wise swath of impermanent loss or slippage that you're taking to use the protocol. And so, what happens when ETH actually takes on its hard bull run? Or someone launches a CryptoKitties and Gwei is 400, something like that. Eventually, it will happen. And so to pre-stock your itemization on how you're doing things in a not ideal scenario is smart across the board because you're looking at the future throughput on what you need to be handling or the amount of resistance that you're going to be dealing with going through those large Gwei spikes.
Yeah.
Disaster planning. That's what he said.
Go over the NFTs each one.
Just to finish that statement. Yeah, you go to Etherscan, check the current gas prices. If they're low, then you can claim and it's a cheap transaction fee. If it's 400 Gwei, maybe wait on claiming, and come back the next day and check. Eventually
wait on claiming.
But yeah, okay. So at the base level, there's the element 280 token. And this is mintable 1-for-1. One Titan X gets you one element. So a billion is going to cost you 1 billion.
Is that
And we
stay that
all
way for
know,
the whole minting? I don't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
yes, absolutely. 1-for-1 for the entire 28 days. This 18 days left will always be 1-for-1. And we all know you don't have enough Titan X, so you can just click this little slider here, and you can
Love that part.
mint
Yeah.
these with ETH. So, bam! Now you can get your million instead of using your precious Titan X. You can throw your ETH in here and get the same. It's this exact same cost basis,
Good
but
job.
just for ease of use.
Right.
And so the token's got no rewards built into it. This is just like, just like any other token. You do what you want with those. The real fun is with the NFTs. And again, the cost basis is still 1-for-1 on these. If you mint a common and it costs you 100 million Titan X, it's going to be backed by 100 million element tokens, which is the exact same cost basis of minting tokens. The difference is you're earning rewards from the taxes that are going on all the arbitrage plays. And that's what's coming in weekly. Same thing. If you don't have Titan X, you can just click this little toggle button and you can pay for it in ETH. So super simple and easy. Either way you want to go, it's the same cost basis, just whatever your preferred currency is.
Now, one question for you. If you are putting an LP to the LP manager with liquid tokens, what is the difference in the amount of yield or reward that you're getting for holding the NFT? Are they similar, or is there a variant? I am not the insane LP guy.
So I would say right now the NFT is far superior. I mean, if you look at the vault, it's generated 81,000. So this was just distributed yesterday. It's been 32 hours or something, a day and a half. It's generated $81,000 in fees. The LP, and the reason being is because there's a 16% tax on this. The actual Uniswap fee is 1%. So if you're providing LP, you're getting a piece of that Uniswap fee, which is 1%. The tax on the token is on top of that, and that's what's feeding the NFT holders.
I see.
It's dope, man. It's so good.
Yeah. But I'm not here to say which way is better or not. Everyone's got their own risk tolerance, and playing with LPs, if you don't know what you're doing, you can lose. I feel like the risk of impermanent loss in the Titan X ecosystem is mitigated quite a bit because all of these LPs are bonded. If you're providing LP with Ethereum and USD, and Ethereum does a 10x, that LP is not going to 10x because the other half of that token is in stable coins.
Yep.
The difference here is like if you're providing LP with Dragon X and Element 280, if Dragon X 10x's, Element 280 is going to catch a big piece of that, and so that the LP value was going to go up with it. So there is still risk of impermanent loss, but with the bonded LPs, same with Titan X. If Titan X goes up, all the tokens in the ecosystem follow that, and E280 is on top of it. It follows that.
Yep.
So,
and I think a better way to explain it to people who don't understand what happens in LP is if you're holding the NFT, you just get rewards. Your NFT doesn't matter. Whereas if you're providing LP, your tokens may switch in between the other principal token that you're bonded to and your Element 280. So they're going to sloth in between each other based on what is running at the moment.
Yeah,
Whereas
so
if you just hold the NFT, set it and forget it.
So dude cannot say it as a founder. He cannot give you advice for anything. I'm going to say basically what's endgame. Endgame is you want to have some NFTs and you want to be the last man holding it. Basically, that's endgame, right? Because that's where you benefit the max from this whole ecosystem of Element 280, right? Like you can provide LP, but there's a permanent loss there. With this, it's like providing LP without providing LP. You're earning fees while the whole ecosystem does what they do. Doesn't matter if they're playing, selling, burning the NFTs, you're getting a chunk of everything, So that's, to me, that's that's end game when it comes to Element 280. Be the last man standing, holding, the rarest NFT or even one.
Or the fact that if you're holding the NFT when everything goes live, which is when you're looking at a system, you want to see what's in mainnet, not in what's in beta or pre-access and all the rest of that. You get a 4% tax versus your LP as a 1% fee on top of it, right? So if you're holding the NFT, you're technically getting you're in a pool for 3% more than what you would have if you were liquid. Is that right?
Yeah, and you don't have to pick. There's also the ability to have an NFT, claim weekly rewards in Element tokens, and provide those tokens in the LP. You can play both sides if you want. So
now, dude, you let's go over the buy and burn.
Oh yeah, that's the fun one.
This is my favorite part. Besides everything else, like this right here.
Just a heads up, guys. Unfortunately, I do have a 15-minute cap here.
Yeah, let's just talk about straight this. Yep. Straight buy and burn. Go ahead.
We can start another one, I guess, if we need to. If you guys want to keep rolling.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
But yeah, so yeah, this is the best part. 90% buy and burn. 90% of all the Titan-X that goes in is buying and burning these tokens. We're not just burning Element 280. We're burning all of the ecosystem tokens. Every time you click one of these buttons, you click this burn button for Helios, it's taking 800 million Titan-X, market buying HLX. Whatever it acquires, it's burning 10% off the top. And then it takes 80% to go on and buy Element 280 off the market and burn
Insane.
So each one of these is going to burn the ecosystem token, but every one of these buttons is burning the Element 280 token. So.
You know how insane that sounds? So you have in English, you have 14 or 15 buy and burns of all the tokens in the thing. And at the same time, that's basically 15 buy and burns for one shot for Element 280. How insane is that? Right? You burn everything and burn everything again for Element 280. It's dope, man. It's so good. It's so good.
And this is supporting the ecosystem in so many ways. Like think about like these mining protocols, Hyper, Helios, Hydra. We're buying and burning these tokens. And that's supporting that ecosystem. Like it's raising the ROI on the mining on those tokens. And now they're getting increased participation on their end. And what is increased participation on there? And they're burning Titan-X too. So we're helping every single token in this ecosystem perform better. And by them performing better, Element 280 is built on top of all of these tokens. So by helping them perform better helps E280 perform better. It's the most beautiful.
And if somebody's gonna do this, right? Let's say I'm a Inferno holder or any of these protocol holder, and I'm like, all right, I want to click this buy and burn on Inferno. Boom, I click on it, right? Why not visit this website too, and then click it for Inferno here too? So now you helped Inferno twice while you hold your bag of Element going up too. It's a win-win-win. You understand what I mean? So if you're gonna go and burn any of these protocols at the original source, why not come over here and do it again? So now you have 2 buy and burns for your original token. You got to think bigger, guys. This is how I will do it. If I want to sell some Hyper, okay, fine. Go on Hyper's website, click the buy and burn, click on this one, and then make my sell. Right? I save some money in the back end too, while supporting everything else and my original backs. Smart, man.
Hey, someone had a question on that earlier. People who are new to the system don't quite understand that generally, when that buy and burn becomes available to click, someone will generally click it. And you got to understand that with 15,000 people in our ecosystem,
somebody clicks
it's not going to be often that it's going to be you. Let me just put it that way. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It just means that
that's good. That's a good problem.
Beat you to it. It's
a good problem to have.
To it.
Yes.
In the early days, I was able to accomplish quite a few buy and burns, and as we grew and grew and grew, I was like, I'm not even trying anymore. So but hey, I just want to give a shout out. We got some new fellas in here. What's up, Morpheus? What's up, Ted?
Morpheus,
gentlemen. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
just to quickly interject about, because I had
sorry if I didn't have time to look into the whole new protocols that's coming in. It's going so quick, I can't keep up. But the thing with the NFT, does it sound something similar to a WhatsApp? The
Yes,
way
It's
you-
sir.
exactly like that.
What's
It's
the
Okay,
2.0,
perfect,
man?
then I get it.
So
Okay,
it's exactly WhatsApp, but instead
Yeah.
of just ending your NFT to finally collect your coins or any rewards, you keep it, and every 7 days you're able to harvest your rewards while out burning your Wasta.
So
And
you
then
have
if
a
you're the last
scraping
man standing,
function.
you win. Yeah.
Perfect.
So you get
Oh,
to
that's nice.
harvest your rewards your Wasta, your Icosa you get to take every 7 days if you want to put it that way.
Yes.
Instead of waiting towards the end. While your original input token is still safe inside the NFT. So
So it's the
It's
last
brilliant,
man
man.
standing, pretty much.
it's brilliant. While you're getting
Wow.
paid, while you're standing there, you're gonna get paid too, you know? The host loves you, man, for your entertainment. I love it,
So
dude.
with this one, it's literally you don't have to force yourself to get out
Nope.
of it to get
Nope.
the benefits.
Nope.
And that's one interesting thing with the icosahedron protocol. Alex only bootstrapped the interest rate for only a year. So with those Watsas, till he upgrades the system, they're not performing as premium as they should. However, I'm still not going to crack mine. Like, I'm going to be the last man over my dead body to crack those pinatas because here's the difference. If you're smart, you can rewrap a protocol based on those Watsas, right? So you could take those Watsas as an input token and then do something else with it because it's wrapping on top of wrapping on top of wrapping. I'm content with having my limited edition, Mickey Mantle Watsa NFT that I know could be used at a later date. With this is actively engaging with real LP at this exact moment in time. And technically, what I just said could be done as well.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, E280, man, the NFT is brilliant, man. It's so simple, guys. If you're just new to this, you're not sure what to do, buy the not financial advice, buy the E280, pick any version you want, hold on to it. You earn passive income every 7 days, right? Whatever the value is whatever the value is, right? While the ecosystem does whatever it does, you don't need to do anything. You can just sit on it and just do what you got to do. And whenever you decide you don't want it no more, you could burn it. And there's a tax to that, but that's it. It's very simple,
Blasphemy.
very powerful. Yeah. And then while you're waiting, you can support other tokens by clicking the buy and burns. It's very simple, while helping your original bags that's inside the NFT. It's brilliant, man. So good. Good job, dude.
I just bought another NFT last night.
I did two more like 2 days ago or so.
Yeah, it's
just,
like,
just before the timer, I did 2 more. I was like, all right, let me just throw it in here.
yeah, you float in
Yeah.
there. It's like, yeah, let's grab another.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there's confidence in that
Yeah.
decision.
And I don't know if you guys missed it earlier. I did say to as a little alpha earlier, you do know gold is being built on Vault, right? From Steve. And it's going to support Element 280 tremendously, right? So what you want to, you don't have enough anything,
280.
right? So what you could do is get these NFTs. It's just like another opinion, right? Strategy. Get those NFTs. Every time you get paid, every 7 days, you could take those element tokens and go play with gold. You understand? For free. You understand what I mean? You could do that without selling and hurting Element 280 your original backs. You're taking free rewards that people gave up walking out the door. Take that, go into gold. Help out gold. Help out Element 280 to burn it more without touching the golden goose. It's beautiful, man. It's genius, man. That's just one move you could do. Or you could just help us and sell and buy, sell, buy, sell, and I'll be happy. So go ahead. So.
The
So
speed where
just
everything here
believe
is-
it or not, when the first person told me, "Hey, this sounds like Watsa," I said, "What the hell is Watsa?"
You don't know what WhatsApp really is? Oh wow, that's another stream, man. That's another stream.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
another time. Right now, it's all
I
about
had
you.
never
but
heard
yeah,
of it.
dude.
Yeah, and I was like,
What?
"Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah." So
Brilliant,
that
man.
was interesting. Yeah, that
Yeah.
maybe great minds think alike, and
Absolutely.
improving on it. Apparently,
Yep. Yeah. I think you would. Well, another stream, future conversation. You would enjoy speaking to somebody like Alex, just regarding what you made. It's very similar. Really
It's
cool.
water, by the way, just so you know.
You
I'm
barely
sure
see it,
everybody's
yeah.
going, "What is he doing?"
It's 4:00 somewhere.
But it's
Yeah.
beautiful, man. Dude, what you build is cool, man. Listen, man, I know I always tell you market more, tweet more, all that stuff. And you did phenomenal. The past 2-3 weeks, you're out there, you're tweeting, you're jumping on streams. yo, kudos to you, man. Like you're showing up, you're doing what you're doing, and the reason why I do this behind the scenes, guys, is because he built something really fucking cool, and it's really really cool. And I hate when people that the world needs to see it doesn't get to see it right away, and everybody should know like what you built because it really truly helps their bags. We could all say protocols help the bags. This one really does, right? Like you could earn passive income if you want to hold while clicking the buy and burn to support whatever token you want at the same time. It's brilliant, man. It's so good. So good job,
You got
being
5
out there, man.
seconds. I need to take some action because when Marco gets this excited, you need to
I know.
drop everything
Bro.
and take
Nah,
action.
man, it's
now.
good, man. It's good.
Right?
It's really
I wasn't
good, man.
making lunch. I was buying more NFTs. That's what I was.
It's good, man. And you know what's funny? People who witnessed the first payout on day one, because then day one there was a payout. Yo, thank you for that, by the way. That was awesome, right? That was cool, right? And then the payout we just had, right? And you look at that, you're like, wow. It was to me, right, and to some other people, that's a monthly check or two, right, of rent, right?
Mhm.
Like what I got, I was like, yeah, this is dope. Like, let's go round two. Like it was that good. So oh yeah, it was
Tell
good.
me
Because me personally, like not financial advice, I went heavy in it, right? That's just me because I loved it, and I saw after the payouts what it did. I was like, oh, okay, now I see what I could do with this. It's beautiful, man. And then when Steve dropped the golden news, I was like, oh, here we go. Like I already instantly clicked using this, throwing it in here. Why hurt the golden goose? So yeah, man, good job, bro.
Golden goose.
I mean,
Hey, for
see-
the non-founders, Ted, I'll let you start first. Do you want to start with this question? Where do you think Element 280 is going to go after the mint is done, and you
After-
can't mint any more
The
NFTs?
token or the NFT?
yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I guess
Yeah.
let's start with the token.
If they mean the token, go ahead, Ted. What do you think it's going to be?
I think there's going to be a rush on the token, which is all well and good. I mean, all well and good because what's that going to do? It's just going to make our NFTs that much nicer.
Mhm.
I actually just last night did a post that E280, its design, the architecture, and its intention, really has just scratched the surface on so many people's mind. They really haven't fully grasped its capability.
Yes.
So when I see this, I interact with this, I'm thinking, sustainability. I mean, this is something built to last. I mean, this is something to really provide betterment in a way that makes it just so easy. But to get to the root of your question, Mo, I really think there's going to be a mad rush on the token. I really do.
Facing reality, Mr. Morpheus. What do you think?
I think pretty much everything is going to do exactly the same as all the other protocols. Everybody pretty much fades it in the beginning, does not realize what it's actually doing.
Yep.
And then by the time they figure out what it's actually doing, the train already left the station and the FOMO starts and everything just goes parabolic, like pretty much every product that came before it and probably will come after it. So we're still so early now that a lot of people start talking about, I'm not buying the top. Dude, we're so early in a cycle, it's almost impossible to buy a top right now.
Correctly.
It's just mind-boggling.
Just wait. Every time you think you buy the top, just
that's
wait.
why my tweets lately, I'm like, there is no top. Like, what was the top to you? What what's the top to us is eternity to you, right? Like, our tops come and go. It's not a top. It's just another staircase. Just boom, like, and they'll see, man.
When I onboarded my friend into Titan X and Dragon X, they were, local-ish tops, and he kind of commented on that, and I was like, just wait a couple.
We're just nowhere near the top.
Fine.
We're nowhere near.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near the top. Nowhere near.
His local top was so far ago.
Part of my feeling about the rush on the token.
Every chart looks the same.
Yeah.
They all go parabolic. What you think is parabolic. Then you look at the same chart 6 months later, and that parabolic move is like a flat line. That's how fast the crypto expands. So what you now see as one big green candle will be a speed bump in 6 to 9 months from now.
Yep.
It won't even register on a chart. It's insane what crypto can do.
You know what Element 280 is gonna do? My opinion, not financial advice. This is how I see it. I like to tell you, I look 6 months ahead, right? So I see it where the mid phase ends, right? People start to FOMO, right? Because people are going to realize, oh my God, they finally clicks what the NFT is, right? So people, they're gonna be like, damn, nobody wants to sell the NFT at the moment. I'm gonna go just buy the element token to ride the pump if it does happen. When people do that, people who have are gonna sell. People who have the NFT are gonna start burning because the profit is gonna be there, right? Not financial advice. This is me talking, not dude, not anybody, right? Like it's gonna happen, right? And when that happens, the smart ones, just to me personally, smart ones are the ones who don't do anything. Just let it happen, right? Things ratchet up. When I spoke earlier, I said, what happens when volume hits 500,000 or 1 million? You know, like what happens? What happens when Element 280 does just a 2x from here? Everybody needs, I need 10x, 20x of. What if this thing just does a 2x? Go look at the rewards. What you got? People start buying more. Look at the rewards you got. Tell me the value. When people start burning the NFTs, look at your position go up, and now you get more rewards. Check the value, right? Then you can take portion of that and go play with gold. Check the value when that turns on, and then that ignites this, and then people go back to Element just to FOMO more to go play again with more gold, right? It's a cycle, guys. You have to think ahead, right? What happens when people like, all right, you know what? I want to sell my NFT. I want to sell this auto making money machine to somebody else for maybe 2 times the value now, and people start buying that off the market,
Right.
you know? Oh, we're talking about next stage now. Ooh, right? You got to think ahead. 6 months. I think about all this ahead, right? And then we're not even talking about other protocols that come around and starts burning Element 280. Hint, right? Hint, right?
Hint.
I'm telling you, you don't know what else out there that's going to burn all this shit, right? And then when people start realizing, and this is another key thing, this is why I told them, dude, to show the buy and burn multiple times. When people really understand that's 15 buy and burns right happening right there, and you could click all of them if you want and exit out, and you're pumping the rest of the ecosystem while they're all doing their beautiful thing, right? Guess what? That's 15 clicks that just made Element 280 go higher again, right? Guys, this shit could get crazy. I'm telling you. Think ahead. And this is not dude talking, and promise you, he didn't pay me shit. We don't do any of that stuff. I love this. I'm obsessed with when people make crazy stuff. Like, this shit's good, man. It's good.
Well, do you also have time in the market of how the entire thing evolved from when we were dealing with T-shares to where we are now? And if you look at every time you crack a pinata, someone else moves up in position, right? You actually don't have to DCA more. You just have to chill while people crack their pinatas to take their gains. And now I go from a turtle to a dolphin to a shark just by chilling, right?
That's all you gotta do, man.
I'm telling you, wrapping of NFTs is very interesting. I've talked about it for fucking years.
Look, dude.
The part I want to throw in real quick to chime in with what Marco was saying. Realistically, my obviously not financial advice, but my thought on the token taking off is people are going to see that action. They're going to be like, buy. And then the smart ones, like you said, Marco, they're going to sit back and go, what's all behind this now? And then the discovery process begins. And they're like, what's this NFT deal going on here? Yep. So the rush, I think, would be kind of, in a sense, on the token itself. But then the people that do their homework and bring out the pen and paper, the pencil and paper, Marco, I hear you say it constantly.
Pen and paper, man.
They're going to go, wait, there's more to this.
Yep. Every time a new protocol comes out, pen and paper, man. Pen and paper.
There's also the people like me where that's never gonna work. I need to learn by doing it.
Always.
And when I grab the pen and paper, the question I ask is this: very simple. I don't go, oh, where can I move funds to go to somewhere else? No, I go, what action can I take that benefits the rest of what's on the paper? That's it. That's what you got to do, right? What action can I take that benefits everything on this paper, and just take that action, right? Element 280, man, it's fucking dope.
I'll tell you what I did with Element 280. I minted my first one, and then I got my payout, and I was like, oh, I don't think I understood this. I don't think I understood this at all. And so I picked up 2 more.
Nobody does.
And then I had 3, and I was like, you know what? Because the value moved up right away, and I was like, okay, let me crush one of these and see what. And then I crushed it, and I was like, oh shit! I don't get this. Okay, I need to pick up like 3 more of these bitches because I don't have this right at all. Yeah. So every phase of this is like another discovery where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I still undervalued this. Oh, I
Yeah.
still didn't understand. Yeah, I kept underestimating this. And as I kept going through the process, I was like, oh, okay, I want that
Yep.
back. Give me that one back.
Yep.
Oh, okay, now I got to buy one back higher because I just realized the value of,
I know people in my personal chat that they got the first day reward. They sold it, right? They didn't really know what's happening, right? Then when they finally when they had to wait 7 days and I just crunched them with information for 6 days, by the 7th day, they're making more. And then when they received the payout, they understood. They're like, oh, this is dope. I'm like, yeah, it's getting there, it's dope. And then, like I said, they talk about gold and all this other stuff coming out and they're getting excited. I'm like, now you see, not only do you not kill the golden goose, but don't eat the eggs right away. Let the eggs grow to become a golden goose. Don't kill it. It's dope.
So there are
Man.
multiple
so
tiers.
many products are coming out. Go ahead.
So
Look
good.
at dude,
And
man.
there
He's
are
loving
multiple
this.
tiers or multiple
Keep
kind of
talking.
NFTs.
Keep talking.
No, man, he made something fucking dope, man. It's so good.
Hey,
know?
you were great in the lounge, dude. You were so perfect for the lounge, man. Thanks a million again.
Yeah, I'd love to come back. I was just telling Marco, I'm like, I need to get on these streams again this week.
Hell yeah,
and
man.
Now
That's
that
right.
we're live, it's we need to showcase this.
Let's do it.
And I feel like the stats sell itself. You just look at the website, go look at the stats, go look
Yeah.
at. By the way, there was another NFT that was burned during this conversation. We're
Look at
up to
that.
990.
And now guess what? Whoever has one, guess what? We just got a little check sent our way pending.
Thank you.
A few days.
Thank you.
Right?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome. That we appreciate that. You don't have to wait 5 years. You don't have to wait 15 years. You don't have to wait 12 years. You don't have to wait, any of that, right? There goes a little check. You receive a check from, if you're working right now, you receive a check. Now you receive a check here too. Of course, whatever the amount is, that's whatever it is, but.
Morpheus,
Oh,
what were you going to say earlier?
Wait, before you go, I'm sorry, Morpheus. Mo, before you go, maybe Dude could host it so we don't need to drop off if you want. I know you have to go soon, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's what I will leave this up and you guys can go, but I'll bounce out because I gotta go take one of the seniors to the Dark Souls. But you guys can be
You
here,
sure?
and then when
Okay.
you're done, it'll
Go
just run back
adult,
again.
my dear friend. Go adult. You're
Okay,
always.
so
the
I
best.
just want to make sure you're on time, buddy. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
you
sorry,
guys are
Morpheus.
good.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
No, I
Well,
was
be good, buddy.
saying, are there
No,
multiple
I mean,
levels
we
in
need to be able
NFTs?
to control the sharing of the screen, so it probably would be best to restart.
Oh, that's true. Okay, well then that's a good point. Okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and cut the stream short. I apologize.
It's only been an hour.
Get
It's
to the
only
real
been an
life
hour,
stuff.
guys.
I did a little bit extra. I tried to go as long as I could, but
You do a
thank you,
fantastic job, sir. I'm saying an
Yeah.
hour is fantastic, and then we'll just repivot to the next stream.
I appreciate
Mo.
it. So, guys, I think, Dude, are you going to host the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay,
You
so-
should.
Dude's going to host. So, you guys go ahead and migrate on over to his YouTube and his X page, and he'll host it for you. But, guys, I want to thank y'all for coming in. I love talking about Element 280. We could do this every single day. Definitely Marco and I can. I know that for sure.
Mo,
Not
you
good,
do it
man. I
every
love
day
it.
anyways.
You know
We
it.
can do it, man. I'm
You know it.
available
Why
every
don't you
day,
do
man. Every
Mark
day
is
we
the
can talk.
best.
I wish I had the time.
Morpheus, let me get you to give me your last thoughts, and we'll go around the horn as I exit out here.
My thoughts were on the NFTs, but that can go in the other stream. What else can I follow everybody in the room?
Shill
Stay
Morpheus.
engaged. Yeah, be engaged in the community. Know what's up, so you won't miss anything. That was pretty much my biggest regret going from the first cycle into my second cycle. I started crypto with mining. So didn't know it was actually worth something. I just really loved the tech. Then saw it was actually worth something. And then 3 weeks later, it wasn't worth anything anymore. And then I was like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. And then I was gone for 2 years. And now I regret going away for 2 years because that could have made a really big difference. So if you're in it, stay in it.
Don't rage dump.
No.
You got time,
Rage
Morpheus.
Ted, how about you, brother?
Oh man, I'm just honored to be here with Morpheus and Marco and Crypto Kool-Aid, Dude, and you.
Yeah, man.
This
Awesome. You
is
to be here
great.
too, buddy.
And wow, I'm in love with E280.
Hell yeah, man. It's so good.
I mean, it's great, and I'm gonna just keep pouring my heart and soul into what this great community is built, and stand behind it 100% because I believe in what we're doing.
Love your background, by the way. I didn't
Yeah,
say that earlier.
it's really
Yes.
dope. Beautiful,
It's
man.
perfect. That's perfect.
It's dope as hell.
like
I like it.
it's
Yeah.
exactly what you were telling me, what I'm envisioning in my head now. I'm like, yeah, that's perfect.
It is cool.
Every guest gets their own background. Dude had his very own. It's in his scrapbook.
Oh, I like it.
That's
Dude,
cool.
that's a good transition. We're going straight to your stream, but you want to say anything else before we go?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna continue this party. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Element 280, come join the next stream we're starting. We can answer all the questions. It's elegantly complex, but very simple. Once it clicks in your head, it's very simple. But it can be hard to understand. Like you were saying, Mo, like you didn't really fully get it until you got in on it and you're participating, and then you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm dumb.
so-
I'm dumb like that.
Stop it. All right, you all these protocols you hear, man. You're smarter than a lot of people think. So
Yeah, come join
Larry.
us. We're gonna start another stream up.
Okay.
do you want to post your YouTube link on the chat so people can see before you exit out?
That would be the wisest way to do it. And then
There you
put
go.
the StreamYard link
Yeah, so
uh,
people
that.
don't.
in the
People
streamer
thinking.
chat.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Ping
People thinking.
pong, baby. Ping pong.
Look at that. Larry, what you got for us on the way out, sir?
Shit. When you have a load balance system, I always talk about it.
Always like some advanced talk.
Do I have what do I have? Like at the end of the day, you have to look at your foundation. If you're looking at where you're building something and the foundation, the mechanics that support the foundation is the most important thing. I talk about anchor points with this keystones and cornerstones all the time with bridges. Because I deal with building fake reality for a living, I assure you it is the reflection of real reality. And with Element, you have all the facets in between collecting fees, a universal buy and burn across the entire system, easy access that you don't have to do shit. Those that have come from Hexaco understand why what's are important. If you gleaned a short little bit about what I was talking about before, you can see the future potential on it. And that is how we win, is doing different mechanics and different use cases to support the circling of the wagons across the board. And I think Element is taking a very interesting angle from the LP side, from the universal inflection side, and what it is doing to every protocol, which means those that are building future protocols are probably going to be giving back to Element because of how it works universally across the board. So that would be my two moves of chess on what I think.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy when you just said that little thing. I did put a tweet out in the past, giving a shout out to Element 280, and dude, like a week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I even put, I'm like, people don't give back by words. Sometimes people come back and give back by code, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Meaning like they will notice sooner or later, everyone will notice what he built and that he involved everybody in one click, any click you want. And sooner or later, you want to come and show love by building on top of that to help his protocol
100.
out, It's
100.
beautiful, man. It's a beautiful relationship. And I took charge of that. Like I saw it. I was like, yeah, that's dope.
That is the most fundamental veracity of the build on Titan X ecosystem, is that people forward and backwards will continue to help each other and pick people up and build on top of each other to continue that throughput. That is DeFi for all. That is we, not me. That is no I in team, right? That is good. That is how we win. That is how we continue to take over with positivity and supporting and stabilizing everything as a universal whole.
Every now and then I get these people who have the perfect ending sentence, but then I got to talk afterwards and fucking ruin it. I'm going to start just ending streams right on the perfect end. But I did want to give one last shout out because I didn't acknowledge it verbally. Crypto Vic says he doesn't think anyone realizes what Hydra is about to do after the 90-day pay after day 90. Pay attention to what the Vortex is going to do. It is
By the way,
insane.
that's Christmas Day. That's Christmas Day.
Look at that is Christmas Day. Look at Hydra. Look at the buy-in, or look at the. Oh my God, I can't talk right now. Look at the buy and burns, and look at the Vortex, and look how much they have stored up. Hydra has a long future ahead. Gentlemen, I love you guys. Thank you all for coming in. Everyone, kick on over to the dude stream. He's going to keep this thing going because I just can't. I've run out of steam and I got real life obligations.
Thanks, Mo.
It sucks.
Go
Love you guys.
my friend. We'll talk to you later.
Be safe, buddy.
Appreciate you guys.
Dude, just DM us the link.
Should be in the streamer chat.
And guys, Titan Next conference, 5 days away. Let's fucking go.
That's
Love
fun.
you.